Greetings and blessings. And in this video, we're talking about what happens when you quit gluten for 4 weeks. Now, and a quick little side note, I will be doing a recap of why we actually want to do all three at once elimination. Trust me, it'll just make everything so much easier. I just went through this where I gave up everything but a little bit of honey and some dates and some apples. And so I still kept that fruit stuff. And the yeast problem just kept going on and on and on and on. So I was 6 months in when I finally said, I can't take it anymore. I have to get rid of all the sugar to really make the final difference. And it has been the key. So we will doing a recap of why you want to do all of these together. And I wanted to make it more accessible by breaking it down so you could see what's happening and eat with each different food and your body and how it may be reacting. So what happens when you quit gluten for 4 weeks? Well, week one, your gut starts to calm down. That's fun because otherwise there's been a party going on in your gut and it doesn't feel fun. It's not the place for a party. Now, maybe gluten has been an issue for you. And if it has, your immune system stops getting triggered the moment you stop eating it. The cleanup from the damage already done does take a little bit longer, but you can stop feeling like something's poking at your gut. If you're anything like me, that's exactly how it felt. It's just like there were little bees in there or knives just poking. And since it's a leaky gut problem, and that means that the gut lining actually does have holes in it, then the pokey feeling makes sense. Digestion often shifts first. Bloating, gas, and the unpredictable bathroom breaks can start easing up within days if gluten was a big driver for you. Some people actually feel a little worse for first few days as things are getting settled, and that's normal too. Stay encouraged and stay on it. Withdrawal symptoms are a real thing for a lot of people because gluten breaks down into compounds that can act a bit like mild opioids in the brain for some individuals. So for these folks, the first few days off gluten can bring that fatigue and the brain fog and the shifts in the mood, the sleeplessness, and generally that withdrawal type of symptomology. It's not just in your head. Blood sugar can become a bit steadier. A lot of gluten containing foods like bread and pasta are also foods that spike blood sugar. So what some people feel in week one is actually cutting out foods that contain that blood sugar spike and not specifically the gluten. Week two, the gut lining starts healing. Real repair does begin and it's slow. If you have celiac disease or maybe a different autoimmune condition, your gut lining is genuinely healing at a cellular level now, but full healing takes months, sometimes a year. So don't judge how healed you are by how good you feel. It could be the best week symptom-wise. There's less bloating, more predictable digestion, and noticeably better energy for a lot of people. And your body starts absorbing nutrients better if there's a little more healing and less permeability in the gut. The inflammation will calm down, and this matters a lot if you're running low on iron, B12, folate, or some of your essential vitamins like A and D. And hey, joint issues may start easing. There's less pain and less achiness. It's related to gluten and it could start easing up. Skin issues in particular may take a bit longer to fully clear. Please remember to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video and this channel with your family and friends. I greatly appreciate it. Week three, the whole body inflammation comes down. This is my favorite part. Inflammation is less joint pain and generally feeling less puffy all over. It may feel like weight loss, and it's just that inflammation. And so all of your tissues aren't so puffed up anymore, and your gut becomes even less leaky. For people that are genetically prone to it, gluten can cause your gut lining to become more permeable. So that lets things through that shouldn't be there and triggering your immune system elsewhere in the body, transferring to the joints, to brain fog, to different areas that maybe it's even way down in the colon or in the sexual organs. I know people that this has happened to. Their gut seems fine, but they're having all kinds of UTIs and bladder infections and even problems with vaginal infections, that thing. So it can transfer. There's even different brain issues, neurotransmitters problems that can happen. So it's not always just going to present in the gut, but it's definitely coming from there. So that process calms down. Sorry, sidebar. Mental clarity and mood are often a lot better. And by this point, people say if they're truly gluten sensitive, they say that they feel like themselves again. So this is a time to celebrate. And again, at week 4, just like in week 4 for sugar, it's a good time to check in. If it's budget friendly, we could do those repeat labs, checking for different levels like ferritin, iron, B12, or vitamin D, and different markers for gut lining health. We could check that too. Now, there's an important reality check. If you have celiac disease or your gut lining is very compromised, or there's another type of autoimmune possibility, your gut is still healing. Feeling better does not mean you're fully healed inside. So it's easy to feel so good that you get lax. I'm over it. But the gut lining does need much more time, often many months, to fully recover. I know it's tough. I go through it. I'm going through it. This can be a point to test reintroducing gluten if you're trying to figure out whether it's truly a problem for you, assuming that a celiac disease or another autoimmune condition has already been ruled out or confirmed properly beforehand. If it's confirmed that there is celiacs or very little gut lining or a different autoimmune condition, probably don't want to test gluten at this point. If celiac disease is even a possibility, gluten does need to be back in the diet before testing for it, because cutting it out first can make the test come back falsely clean. So get properly tested before eliminating gluten long term if that diagnosis is an open. And again, everyone's timeline looks a little different depending upon genetics, gut health going in, and what else is going on in the body. So this is a general guide, not a guarantee. Again, everybody's unique, and always a good time to check in about your specific situation. See you in the next video.